Breathe better and sleep deeper with the Levoit Classic 160 Top Fill Humidifier. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to get your Levoit Top Fill Humidifier on Amazon today and enjoy a healthier, more comfortable home. Imagine a world where petrol and diesel vehicles are no longer an option. A bold step towards a greener future. Norway is strikingly close to achieving this goal. In 2024, fully electric cars accounted for a staggering 88.9% of all new vehicle sales in Norway, with every year drawing nearer to the elusive 100% target. But can Norway reach 100% by this year's end? There's a barrier that needs to be addressed. Among Norway's top 10 zero-emission cars sold last year, there were no small non-SUV vehicles. Can Norway and other countries reach their targets selling only large cars? Our recent research shows that affordability is a tool to get everyone on board. When lower-income households face affordability barriers, it's not just their problem, it's the missing link to achieving 100% Dutch buy. Smaller, more affordable electric cars could be the game-changer needed to bridge this gap. For every 100 cars sold in Norway, nearly 90 are electric. In Denmark, the runner-up in this global ranking, it's just over 50. Elsewhere, few countries have reached or are even approaching a one-third market share for electric vehicles, EVs. Most of these are in Europe, with China also nearing that benchmark. The UK sits at just 19.6%, falling short of the top 10. So what makes Norway so far ahead? A mix of policies, cultural attitudes, and the sheer availability of EVs play a role. But one factor stands out: subsidies. Generous, comprehensive subsidies are driving this change. Buying an electric car isn't just a green choice, it's an affordable one. Subsidies and incentives bring electric car prices in line with, or below, those of petrol and diesel cars. Substantial exemptions from purchase tax and VAT, along with other perks, make electric car ownership remarkably appealing. And it's financed not only through taxes but by Norway's oil and gas revenue. But what about the UK? With the Purchase Grant, a government scheme that helped reduce the cost of buying an electric car, scrapped, the remaining modest subsidies pale in comparison to Norway's all-encompassing support. If there's one takeaway from Norway's success, it's that half measures won't cut it. The challenge lies in addressing the affordability gap. Subsidies don't always reach those who need them most. In Ireland, our research reveals a troubling trend. Grants often end up in the hands of wealthier households, those who could afford an electric car without help. Meanwhile, lower-income households are left behind. The result is people buying the vehicles they can afford, which are often fossil fuel-powered. The consequences are hard to ignore. In cities like London, low-emission zones penalize drivers of polluting vehicles. If you can't afford an EV, you're stuck paying more to drive or park in city centers. It's a vicious cycle that disproportionately affects those with fewer resources. This isn't just about fairness, it's about meeting climate targets. Take Ireland, for example. To achieve its emissions goals, the country needs a significant increase in electric car adoption. Falling short means penalties for the country and missed opportunities to reduce emissions. Relying on households to bear the cost of private ownership won't cut it. Smaller vehicles are essential for meaningful progress. But electric cars, even the smaller ones, remain burdened by the cost pressures of private car ownership. Ultimately, though, we also need fewer cars on our roads. A successful green transition must involve more car share schemes, improved access to public transport, and active travel such as walking and cycling. Imagine a world where every household can afford a reliable electric car, a world where climate goals are within reach. It's time for governments and car manufacturers to work together to make this vision a reality.